welcome. This is a daily reading for the collective. We have health, divine justice, and beauty. So Mars entered Virgo yesterday, which might well be bringing things around health, around the body, taking action. And this doesn't necessarily mean anything's wrong. This is just, for many of us, I think, it is being brought to our awareness, either issues around health or how we can improve our health, how we can be better to ourselves, how we can work with our physical energy, with our bodily energy to maintain balance. And beauty, you know, has really strong connotations to love as well, self-love, self-nurturance. And there's actually a sense that what we're recognizing, what we're being called to recognize and to tune in with are the places where we feel that there is a limitation, there is a lack in what our body can do and how our body can support us. So that's why in some senses, if you're looking at kind of making some health improvements, doing a bit of a detox or doing a bit of a cleanse or getting a bit active or whatever it might be, this is going to be in relationship to or in response to a feeling of some kind of limitation in the body, some kind of limitation in the body. If you are up against a bit of a health issue, again, that's kind of been brought up because it's been brought to your attention. We're being asked to have gratitude around this. And for some people, this might be a little tricky because health issues can carry difficult connotations. There can be fear around this. There can be difficulty around this. But the gratitude is really a beautiful energy here in this. It's like, can we be grateful for something being brought to our attention? Can we be grateful for the clarity that is provided? Can we be grateful knowing that there is an opportunity for care here for us, that there is an opportunity for us to make shifts, make improvements to how we look after ourselves, to how we look after our bodies most crucially. And also to be grateful for what your body can do, right? Because where this is being brought to our attention around a sense of limitation in the body, there is also a need to acknowledge what the body can do, what we are capable of. Any shifts and changes that we're making in terms of our health should ideally be coming from a place of love for ourselves, love for our bodies, wanting to increase our strength, wanting to improve our strength, wanting to allow ourselves more capacity, more capability. And the spectrum of this is huge. So this is not necessarily about running marathons, right? This might be a very small thing. This might be drinking more water, right? But we are being called really to make sure that we are doing what we can to acknowledge whether there are some ways that we are kind of limiting our physical health, limiting our physical capacity, or being limited in some way. And if so, keep a focus on everything your body can do. This is also really relevant if you are going through some difficult or intense health issues. Again, just to have that gratitude of your body, even if you can't do much. It is here for you. You are within it. You are experiencing your life through it. it is a beautiful vessel. And there may be some themes today as well around uh, accepting the beauty of your body, understanding the beauty of your body, whatever state you feel it's in, giving gratitude for what your body offers you, giving gratitude for what your body allows you to do here on this earth, seeing your own beauty, acknowledging your own beauty. This is why divine justice is also coming up here. There's something that you may have been pushing for, or something that you may have been throwing all of your energy towards. And actually, there's a rebalancing that's taking place. So, whilst we're being asked to acknowledge and perhaps take action in regard to how well we're looking after ourselves and how well we're looking after our health, there's also an acknowledgement that we should do our part and allow the universe to do its part. There is a balance to be found. And part of that balance is going to show up in our body. Part of that balance is going to show up in questions that arise for us. Are we out of balance in other areas? Are we out of balance in any kind of aspect of the physical realm? But if you do feel like you've been kind of charging, pushing your energy into this one place, this is also a call to kind of step back a little bit, take a moment, because there is an equally powerful energy that is emerging, an equally powerful opportunity that is emerging that we might miss. It feels that you have potentially been throwing your energy at something, flinging your energy at something, pouring your energy into a pursuit, pouring your energy into something that you want to do, something that you want to create, something that you want to achieve. And with these issues or questions coming up today around health, it may be that you're being called to slow down. It may be that you're being forced to slow down and stop a little bit, take a little bit of an inventory of how you're doing. How is your energy? How are your energy levels? Are you feeling okay? This moment to stop and check in with your body, to check in with your energy, is a gift. And this is also why we're being asked to be grateful, not only for what our body can already do, not only for what our body allows us to do, but for this chance to kind of slow down a little bit and take stock. You're wanting to create from a space of inspiration, but it feels like you have maybe been pushing for one thing, one idea, or you've got to the top of a wave, right? There are these waves of our creative power, there are these waves of our creative energy. And when we reach the top of a wave, we need to also allow that wave to kind of crest and fall down, knowing that there's another wave coming up behind it. Sometimes we can get quite stuck in this wave that we're in. I need to now make this happen. I need to find this completion. Meanwhile, the wave has kind of crested, and we keep ourselves in a state of tension, really, actually, because we're trying to now force that thing to happen or force that thing to complete in the way that we wanted it to. And this is something that we were doing because we were passionate. This is something that we were doing because it mattered to us. This is something that we were doing because we care about it and because we feel inspired to do it. So sometimes if we're being forced to just slow down a little bit, and this is kind of the call today to check in a little bit with our energy levels, it might be because we are holding ourselves at the top of the crest of a wave of energy, trying to maintain that, trying to stay there until we get that completion, trying to kind of govern that energy, take governance over that energy in a way that isn't necessarily helpful, in a way that forces us actually to push ourselves further than we can go in some area of our energy. And this is what also can be kind of presenting in terms of physical exhaustion or difficulty or health questions or health problems that are coming up, even kind of lacking in areas that are to do with looking after ourselves and taking proper self-care, because we're trying to force this thing. We're trying to force something potentially that isn't really forcible. And it's interesting because the energy of inspiration, the energy of passion, the energy of, yeah, I'm lit up and I want to do this, can feel so good that we want to stay there. We want to keep it going. We want to let that follow all the way through to its conclusion. And sometimes we need to allow the wave to crest and come back down and take a moment and take a breath. And then that energy will rise again, but it will rise from a different place within us. Not necessarily different in the sense that it's a different dream or a different passion or a different purpose. It's just that with each wave, there is something that is building. And we need to be able to allow ourselves to kind of ride with our own energy a little bit. When we're starting to feel impassioned and excited about something, follow it. And then as that crests and dies down, taking a moment to rest and breathe, taking a moment to check back in, and then allowing the next inspiration to emerge when it does. This is so much about the trust. That's why we've got this card of divine justice. It's also kind of divine timing. It's what will be, what must be, will be. What is ultimately balanced, and what is ultimately it's not necessarily about the best outcome. It's about the outcome that is happening in response to our own energy. And so being aligned with the energy of our health and vitality, being aligned with the energy of looking after ourselves, being aligned with the energy of allowing the process and being in the process of something helps us to trust that we can catch that next wave, and that there's going to be something that comes with it that is the next piece that we need. If we're in harmony with these waves of energy, if we let them come and go as they need to, if we know that we can trust that the next wave brings the next thing that we need, we don't need to feel that we have to control it. We have to create it from some kind of space of forcing or pushing. There's something that's about to shift. There's something that's going to happen or going to come not quite in the way that we thought. And it's because it's the next wave of energy. It's because it actually brings something with it that we haven't yet quite considered. So the call right now is actually to be very, very present, to be very present with ourselves. And to be very appreciative and aware and grateful of the beauty, not only within us, not only around us, but the beauty of this situation, the beauty of what it allows us, the beauty of what it's giving us. There's also a call here that we cannot create anything from its opposite space. So if we want to create vitality, if we want to follow our passions, if we want to be in our purpose, if we want to be in physical health and physical strength, then we can't create that from a place of control and holding on and personal depletion. If I'm endlessly depleting my own energy to try to push my energy into the place that I think it needs to be, I'm not creating an ease and a flow and this healthy, balanced, relaxed, trusting, powerful, inspired creation. So it's really, really tricky, and sometimes we might need to just take a moment and look at where have I got to so far. Thank you for that. I'm grateful for that. What is around me? What have I already called in? What have I already created? What am I already discovering in myself? What is my awareness showing me? How can I take better care of myself? How can I allow myself more support? How can I allow myself more love? How can I be thankful for myself and thankful for my energy? Because again, there's a lot here that's about our own energy, both in our physical body and in our life force energy, in our chi, in our soul energy that wants something, that kind of wants to. There's something that we're wanting. There's something that we're being kind of drawn towards and drawing ourselves towards. So just remember that if you have a big flow of inspiration, if you have a big rise of energy, if there's this kind of wave of energy, let that crest. If it falls, if you need to rest, if you need to stop, do it. Do it. because there's going to be another wave of energy behind it, and it's going to come with new information, and it's going to come in unexpected ways, and there's going to be something about this that you don't quite expect. This is really allowing this interplay actually as well between masculine energy, so-called masculine energy, and feminine energy, or in other words, in other terms, um, energy that we kind of push out of ourselves or put out into the world, and energy that we receive, open ourselves to receive. There's something very beautiful coming for you here. And there's something very beautiful that's coming out of these inspirations that you're having, these waves of inspiration that you're having. But again, the main thing for today, the main thing for right now, is just to make sure that we're taking a moment to check in with ourselves. What energy am I moving from? Am I abandoning myself now in this present moment for something that I think I will create later by forcing it, by pushing myself here, by pushing myself now in this moment? And again, if we are not learning to work with our own energy in harmony, then we will create energetic blocks. We will hold tension in our energy. We will hold tension in our body. We will stop ourselves. So that's also why we're called to witness, to acknowledge the physical body, and to make sure that we're looking after ourselves properly. The thing we're creating is very beautiful. The life you're creating is very beautiful. Let it come. Let it come with divine timing. Let it come in divine justice. And again, in divine justice is in balance. What will be created will be of the energy from which it is created. We cannot create something beautiful from an energy of pushing and forcing and trying to make something happen, make somebody do something. You know, you can't force love. You can't force love. You can invite it. You can create the correct spaces for it to thrive. We're being asked to create those spaces for ourselves and within ourselves right now today. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I will be doing more daily readings for you to keep checking in. So do please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Fire Feather and Stone. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a beautiful day.